Hazur, Assalamu alaikum. Hazur, if Hazur kindly want one or two questions, or I got more than one. No.
Person here who would like to ask a question.
Yes. First I asked one and then...
Hazur, I came last night.
Okay. So after he has asked his first question, then to your turn, and it is time left, then inshallah again.
Hazur, I have two questions I want to
Okay. I see. And you also have one. So plenty of them.
May I request Hazur to kindly explain the difference between a Momin and a Muttaqi?
Momin and Muttaqi, both words cover a very wide ground. They have the beginning end and the unlimited other side, which ends only in the holiest of the Holy Prophet, Muhammad Mustafa Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So, it's a question covering a very wide range. Iman, Dunal Iman is a term used extensively by the Muslim scholars, which means that apparently a person can be Mu'min, or to begin with, a person can be Mu'min, but it all depends on what type of Mu'min he is. There are so many factors involved in his Iman. Tasdeeq bil lisan, Iman bil qalb, wa tasdeeq bil amal. They are the three major factors which go towards making a Mu'min. That is, first of all, he must admit by his word that he has accepted the faith. Second, that admission should not just be lip admittance, but should also be a faith rooted in heart. And third, his actions should confirm that faith. There should not be any discord between his faith and his actions. So all these factors put together, and their variations one from the other, and their progress, how deeply they are true, and in what depth one believes. There are so many things of which man can have no knowledge whatsoever. Every faith has a threshold. Beyond that it can break down, except for the truest, which can offer even their life, whatever they have. So unless a person is tried, or Allah knows that under such trial he will stand firm, nothing can be said of anybody. There are people whose faith has lower threshold, and there are people whose faith has an upper threshold. And moreover, the relation between the submission, verbal submission, and the support which the heart gives to that submission, that also relation varies. And actions which follow and have an accord. Sometimes some people appear to have a very strong faith, and they are those who lay down their lives and honor and property for the sake of that faith. But there is no full concord between their belief and their actions. Their weaknesses. A situation arises which has been described by Raleigh. जानता हूँ सवाले ताज़ जो पर तबीयत इधर नहीं आती. I know what the reward of submission to Allah's will and piety is, but my heart, my nature does not confirm, does not agree with this. I'm helpless. Bad habits pull me around to different directions. So, three relationships, and their concord are involved, and all the three we know only once. claiming to be faithful, verbal profession that I belong to that faith. Beyond that, everything is hidden from our eyes. And not only from our eyes, from the eyes of the faithful as well. He does not have full knowledge of that either. So that is Iman. This is why it is divided into various sections, and there are limited, we don't know how many. As far as the taqwa is concerned, that is an attitude which is common with this faith. It is a sort of line of the faith. Taqwa is an attitude which gives strength to the faith. Taqwa means to be true. Literally it doesn't mean that, but in effect it means that. Literally it means fear. Fear of what? Fear of Allah. And fear of Allah, not in the sense that you are afraid of lions or imaginary ghosts and things, but a fear of His displeasure, a fear of a beloved. So that fear also has many levels. Now there are intricacies in both faith and this fear. The stronger the faith is, the greater the fear would rise, because there would be a firm belief in the existence of God, and if you love Allah, then according to your firm belief, your fear would rise higher and higher. That is the fear of displeasure. And again, taqwa is an attitude. It produces truth. Fear of Allah produces truth. Because if you analyze the philosophy of truth, in reality, what you see, if you express that is truth. But when you are unseen, then you tend to lie, if you can. But if you are constantly being observed and watched, you cannot tell a lie. I am watching you, and all of us are watching you. So if you do anything in our presence, however big a lie somebody will be, and I am not addressing you, he cannot afford to tell a lie because he knows everybody is seeing him. So if one has the constant knowledge of being observed, he has to be truthful. And because all these relationships are between man and God initially, and if one has the knowledge of being observed by Allah, a strong knowledge, then taqwa rises in the form of truth. And that truthfulness then again has its influence on the quality of faith. You become more analytical. You are no longer oblivious of your inner being, because the level of taqwa also raises the level of consciousness of realities. So when the taqwa rises, the quality of faith also rises, which is hidden normally from ordinary people. And that produces humility. The interplay of taqwa and faith in fact produces humility. It is said is tasaka. That is exactly the same thing. That he becomes more and more afraid because he knows his inner weaknesses as well. So this is a very vast subject, but generally speaking, this is the relationship between the two. After, please.
The first question actually comes from the business orientation. The research is going on nowadays